Okay, hi everybody. My name is Raghav, and today I'll be sharing a little bit of a summary of the research work I'm doing with a new form of battery technology that's emerged called a lithium carbon dioxide battery. So I want to share a little bit about my motivation that got me started. And so my father came across an article about 2-3 months ago about how a Tesla caught on fire and those inside the car hadn't been able to make it out. And so the reason for the crash was due in part to the short circuiting of the lithium ion battery that's currently in Teslas and basically everything all around you, portable electronics, medical devices, etc. And and this really touched my heart. So I really wanted to do some more research around this battery, and which I was fascinated more and more about as I got more and more into it. And then I came across a new battery technology called the lithium carbon dioxide battery, which kind of is exactly how it sounds, and it kind of utilizes carbon dioxide from the environment to power the battery. And I think this could be the key to our electric future. And today I'm here to summarize the work of my research paper and communicate it to you as effectively as possible. Okay, so though lithium ion batteries have made like great strides in the last decades since they were first implemented, there's still like a lot of challenges surrounding all sorts of applications with these batteries. And I believe that the lithium carbon dioxide battery could provide large-scale energy, a large-scale battery for energy storage, and also for electric vehicles, and while being environmentally friendly by utilizing the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide. So this is a current lithium ion battery technology. They're the leading battery technology in the last and have been for the last 30 years. And they're also the biggest component in the transportation industry, which includes like vehicles, electric vehicles, et cetera, reaching a global market value of around 20 billion in 2016. And from 1996 to 2016, which is when they were kind of first deployed in the transportation industry, the industry grew by 16% each year, and making it the highest growth of all industry investments. And there's basically four components to the lithium ion battery. On the right, as you can see, that's the cathode, and that is basically there's four components. There's a cathode, anode, electrolyte, and separator. And in the middle, as you can see, is the separator. And the discharging phase of a lithium ion battery is when lithium ions move from the negative anode, which is depicted on the right hand, and then the cathode on the left hand side. And this causes electrons to flow in the opposite direction, creating electric current. And when the battery is charged, the lithium ions move back to the anode, and and then the electrolyte, which is basically a liquid, an organic liquid that's not pictured in here, but it's in the separator, is what makes the electrons flow and the ions flow faster through charge and discharge. Okay, so these are lithium carbon dioxide batteries, and they're composed of two electrodes. There is the positively charged lithium anode and the porous carbon cathode. So basically, if we were to look back at our lithium ion battery, we can see that our anode would be graphite, and our cathode would be lithium metal oxide. But if we look at our lithium carbon dioxide battery, it's essentially flipped. And so basically the anode would be pure lithium metal, and the cathode would be graphite or some form of carbon. And there's also a separator and electrolyte, which is that performs the same function in lithium carbon dioxide battery, but there's also a catalyst. And it's usually an organic salt, because the reaction mechanism of the lithium carbon dioxide battery is way too slow. So to speed up this reaction and make it efficient, we need a catalyst to get the reaction going. And so through discharge, carbon dioxide gas flows through the cathode and is converted into the lithium carbonate, Li2CO3, which is what you see there, and carbon species. And then when the carbon dioxide gas is converted, electrons flow, generating electricity. And then when the battery is charged, the opposite happens, and the lithium carbonate that we formed with the gets converted back into carbon dioxide. Okay, so an environmental comparison. So the transportation industry that I was talking about earlier causes 1/3 of the US's greenhouse gas emissions. And although switching to electric batteries gets rid of some emissions, for sure, a lot is still being pumped into our atmosphere through the manufacturing of these batteries. For example, a Tesla Model 3 releases about 20 kilograms over its lifetime, and about 15,680 kilograms of carbon dioxide being built. And basically the production and manufacturing of both these batteries are both really energy intensive, which results in carbon emissions, and they both because they both require the extensive mining of lithium, which is a really present component in both of these batteries that I talked about. And the key benefit, though, to using a lithium carbon dioxide battery is being able to capture some of this harmful carbon dioxide from our atmosphere and turn it into usable energy. This process is called carbon capture, and it's when the batteries are cycled, the carbon dioxide that's released through discharging the battery is captured and then reused, preventing it from being released into the atmosphere. So this is a quick durability comparison. There's something called cycle life in a battery that's really important. For example, so a lithium ion battery tends to be from 800 to 1400 cycles, and that's basically every charge and discharge is one cycle. So you can imagine your phone like maybe lasting around 800. It's probably on the lower side because it's not that that big of a lithium ion battery. So it's closer on the lower side of 800 charges and discharges cycles before it fully the battery kind of degrades completely. And a lithium carbon dioxide battery has been tested, and it has a max cycle life currently of 500 cycles. And the technology is still in its infancy, but right now we can conclude that the lithium ion battery has a greater cyclability than the lithium carbon dioxide battery. And regarding safety, there are two major safety concerns for both batteries, which are dendrite growth and the solid interface layer, electrolyte interface layer breaks down. So the solid electrolyte interface layer is a really important component of a rechargeable battery, and because it acts as a barrier to prevent unwanted chemical reactions, but eventually the barrier breaks down with age. And dendrites are really bad for batteries because they can cause short circuits, and they accumulate due to continuous charge and discharge. And both these problems have been found in both these technologies, but more research needs to be done into the lithium carbon dioxide battery on how we can reduce these problems. Okay, so this is my energy density comparison. So energy density is basically the measure of an output of a battery based on its relative size. And batteries with high energy densities are really, really important, especially in electric vehicles and energy storage. And discharge potential refers to how ready the electrons can flow in a battery. So a battery with a higher discharge potential is more ideal in terms of in a future where we need high powered demands. So as tested, a lithium ion battery reaches a max energy density of about 350 watts per kilogram and a discharge potential of about 2.4 volts. But if we take a look at the technology of lithium carbon dioxide battery, their testing has shown that it can reach an energy density of 1,876 watts per kilogram and a high discharge potential of 2.8 volts. And I wanted to touch upon this because I think it's about the biggest advantage of the lithium carbon dioxide battery currently. A 7 times greater energy density to lithium ion means that with a lithium carbon dioxide battery and a lithium ion battery that produce the same energy, the battery of a lithium carbon dioxide will essentially be 7 times lighter, which is really, really important because in terms of electric vehicles, where a battery can't take too much space in terms of the entire components of the car, and same with energy storage. So I've done an economic comparison, and I consider two major costs: the cost of manufacturing the battery and the cost of running the battery. So the manufacturing cost I compared via dollars per kilogram in raw materials, and the running cost is in dollars per kilowatt hour of energy generated. So so basically, for manufacturing the battery, we can effectively conclude that the lithium ion battery has much lower costs currently because it's more optimized and it's done more testing on, and it's matured, rather than the lithium carbon dioxide battery technology, which is still in its infancy and hasn't matured yet. And for the operation of the battery, I compared them graphically via a battery's learning rate, which is how fast each battery technology progresses and develops. Okay, so I want to move on to my proposal section. So for my applications for a lithium ion, going forward, I would say portable electronics and medical devices, because they need everyday affordability and long cyclability, which current lithium ion batteries provide. And for lithium carbon dioxide batteries, I think they would be great for grid scale energy storage, where they have a really high theoretical energy density, electric vehicles, where batteries need to be as powerful as possible, but are also limited by the space that they need to take up. Mars exploration, because harnessing, there's a lot of carbon dioxide gas in Mars in the atmosphere, and harnessing it could into renewable energy could be a worthwhile consideration. And carbon dioxide capture via like exhaust streams of cars, because it could immediately stop carbon dioxide release, which reduces air pollution and makes harnessing energy more environmentally friendly. But there's still a couple problems in the lithium carbon dioxide battery. And one of those is in its reaction, where it's not able to reverse fast enough, which is why it needs a catalyst. So we need to, society needs to find the best possible catalyst to power this reaction. And also, and my idea is that via a bunch of research reports on the internet, I found that molecular metal organic frameworks, or MOFs, as catalysts in lithium carbon dioxide battery could have the potential towards carbon capture and towards a more green future, and the promise of better current efficiency and rate capabilities. So in conclusion, I think lithium ion batteries are the most popular technology right now, and lithium carbon dioxide technology has just emerged. And there are two types of batteries with distinct chemistry in their manufacturing, performance, and potential applications. And lithium ion batteries have a pretty well-established record of semi-good energy density currently, but the potential of lithium carbon dioxides can increase that by 7-fold. And lithium carbon dioxides, as both batteries continue to develop, both lithium ion and lithium carbon dioxide batteries are likely to play important roles in the future of the battery revolution, which we have in this decade. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghav. That was electrifying. A couple questions here from the audience. I'll do one so we can stay on time and move on. You mentioned the catalyst being one of the key innovations that need to drive the success of this new battery chemistry. Where, in your opinion, where is the discovery of technology like that most likely to come from? Does it need to be driven by government, or is there a possibility that things like that will come out of industry and private innovation?
Yeah, so currently a lot of colleges have been doing work with catalysts. And in my opinion, I think things would be much more efficient if private took control of this, because right now lithium carbon dioxides aren't at the forefront of like current problems we have right now, but in the future, 10, 20 years down the road, they could be. And I think that's why a private company doing some research on this early on could be pretty good.
Very cool. Thank you very much.